The universe's most fragile creatures? Imagine a first contact scenario where an advanced alien species finally meets humans. Their reaction? Utter disbelief. They scan our bodies, analyzing our structure, our biology, our limits. Compared to their reinforced exoskeletons, regenerative nanites, or biologically superior physiology, we appear weak, slow, and painfully fragile. To them, we are brittle bags of flesh, vulnerable to disease, injury, and the slow decay of time. For centuries, science fiction has portrayed extraterrestrial beings as biologically superior, creatures with enhanced strength, ultra-fast reflexes, or near-invincible bodies. But what if the opposite were true? What if humans possessed something so remarkable that even the most advanced alien species had to reconsider their assumptions? That revelation might lie in our unexpected ability to regenerate. The perception of human fragility. From an evolutionary standpoint, humans are far from the strongest species, even on Earth. We lack the claws of big cats, the armored hides of rhinos, or the regenerative capabilities of creatures like starfish and axolotls. Our bones break under pressure, our skin tears with minor abrasions, and our immune systems constantly battle against microscopic invaders. To an alien species accustomed to resilience, perhaps creatures with self-repairing exoskeletons or silicon-based bodies, our physiology would seem laughable. In their eyes, we are walking biological accidents waiting to happen. They might even see us as an evolutionary dead end, surviving only due to intelligence and tools rather than any true biological advantage. But what if our fragile nature conceals something far more extraordinary? What if, beneath the surface, humans possess biological mechanisms that even the most advanced alien species have never encountered? The science of human regeneration. While humans may not regenerate entire limbs like some animals, our bodies are constantly repairing themselves in ways that seem almost miraculous. Take the liver, for example. The only human organ capable of significant regeneration. Even if up to 70% of it is damaged or removed, it can regrow to its original size, often within weeks. This ability is not just a minor trait, it's a fundamental part of human biology that hints at deeper, untapped potential. Another fascinating aspect of human regeneration is neuroplasticity. Unlike most species, our brains can rewire themselves, forming new connections after injury. Even in cases of extreme brain damage, patients have recovered lost abilities as the brain reroutes functions to undamaged regions. To an alien observer, this might seem like a form of cognitive regeneration, something that even their advanced technology may struggle to replicate. And then, there's the case of certain rare individuals, humans who heal at unprecedented rates. Studies on people with extraordinary recovery abilities have revealed genetic mutations affecting proteins like collagen and fibrin, leading to faster wound healing. Some scientists believe that unlocking the full potential of these genes could allow humans to regenerate more effectively, perhaps even beyond what we currently imagine. But if humans already possess these hidden capabilities, could there be even greater secrets waiting to be uncovered? Could our so-called fragility be a sign of an evolutionary advantage rather than a weakness? The alien realization. We were never weak. Imagine an advanced alien species witnessing human soldiers, or astronauts in extreme environments. They see us suffer catastrophic injuries, burns, deep wounds, even organ damage, only to return to full function far sooner than expected. Medical treatments like stem cell therapy, CRISPR-based genetic modifications, and advanced tissue engineering have already pushed the limits of human recovery. To an outsider, this might seem nothing short of miraculous. Perhaps their species, for all its superior strength and endurance, lacks the ability to heal from internal damage. Maybe their civilization depends entirely on synthetic implants or nanotechnology to recover from injuries, leaving them vulnerable when those systems fail. In contrast, humans, despite appearing weak, have built-in, self-repairing mechanisms that function without external assistance. But what if we're only scratching the surface? Could the future of human evolution unlock even more astonishing regenerative abilities? Could aliens, once mocking us for our apparent weakness, find themselves in awe of what we are truly capable of, unlocking the secrets of human regeneration? The moment aliens began to study human biology beyond the surface level, they realized something shocking. Our regenerative abilities weren't just limited to basic wound healing. Unlike many species that relied solely on external technology for repairs, humans had a unique blend of biological resilience and scientific innovation that set them apart. For example, our skin constantly regenerates, shedding old cells and replacing them with new ones every few weeks. The lining of our stomach is entirely replaced every few days to protect against digestive acids. Even our bones, which may seem solid and unchanging, undergo continuous remodeling throughout our lives. These natural regenerative processes, while often overlooked, hinted at a deeper biological potential that even our own scientists had yet to fully harness. But the real game changer? Modern regenerative medicine. The human breakthroughs that stunned aliens over the last few decades. Humanity has made tremendous strides in medical advancements that blur the line between natural healing and full-scale regeneration. Imagine an alien species, once scoffing at our frailty, watching in disbelief as human science actively rewires its own biology to overcome limitations. One of the most groundbreaking discoveries in human medicine is stem cell therapy. Stem cells are the body's raw materials, capable of transforming into any type of specialized cell. This ability allows scientists to repair damaged tissues, regenerate organs, and even potentially grow new limbs in the future. To aliens who might rely on cybernetics or slow natural healing, this form of biological regeneration would seem like a superpower. Then there's CRISPR gene editing, a tool that allows scientists to modify DNA with unparalleled precision. Researchers have already used CRISPR to correct genetic disorders, enhance immune responses, and even explore ways to regenerate damaged tissues more efficiently. If human technology continues on this trajectory, we may soon unlock dormant genes that allow for advanced regeneration, something akin to the way salamanders and starfish can regrow lost limbs. And it doesn't stop there. Tissue engineering and 3D bioprinting have revolutionized medicine, allowing scientists to create artificial skin, organs, and even bones. Burn victims can receive lab-grown skin grafts, and researchers are developing methods to print functional human organs for transplants. To an alien civilization accustomed to mechanical implants, the idea of growing and replacing organic body parts on demand would be nothing short of astonishing. The hidden human superpower. Survivability. If aliens once viewed humans as weak, their perspective would shift dramatically after witnessing another remarkable trait: our sheer ability to survive against all odds. Unlike many species that perish in extreme environments, humans have an unparalleled adaptability that stems from both biology and intellect. Take, for instance, extreme human resilience. There are documented cases of individuals surviving conditions that should have been fatal. Falling from thousands of feet, enduring exposure to freezing temperatures, or even recovering from injuries that should have been permanent. This adaptability isn't just about luck. It's wired into our genetics. Consider the Wim Hof method, a breathing technique that allows individuals to consciously control their autonomic nervous system. Those trained in this method can withstand freezing temperatures, reduce inflammation, and accelerate healing. Traits that, to an outside observer, might appear supernatural. If this technique represents just the beginning of human biological mastery, what else could we unlock? Then there's the Lazarus phenomenon, a real-world medical mystery in which some individuals have been declared dead, only to spontaneously return to life minutes or even hours later. While rare, these cases suggest that the human body has an uncanny ability to restart itself under the right conditions, something that could lead to future breakthroughs in suspended animation, deep space travel, and even extended lifespans. And let's not forget the placebo effect. The mind's ability to heal the body simply through belief and expectation. Scientists still don't fully understand the mechanisms behind it, but studies have shown that patients given sugar pills, when told they were receiving real medicine, have experienced genuine recovery. If human consciousness alone can influence healing, imagine what we could achieve with a deeper understanding of our biological potential. The alien perspective shift. At first, aliens laughed at our fragile flesh, our breakable bones, and our seemingly limited lifespans. But as they observed deeper, they realized something unsettling. Humans were evolving faster than they had ever seen before. Unlike species that relied purely on genetic adaptation over millennia, we had unlocked the ability to take control of our own evolution. We weren't just surviving, We were accelerating our biological and technological capabilities at an exponential rate. To an alien species accustomed to static evolution, this realization would be terrifying. Because if there's one thing history has proven, it's that humanity never stays weak for long. The fear of human evolution, once the aliens grasped the reality of human regeneration and adaptability, their initial mockery turned into silent contemplation. What at first seemed like biological weakness now looked like an evolutionary wildcard. Humanity, despite its fragile exterior, had something far more dangerous than brute strength: the ability to rewrite its own biology and overcome limitations faster than nature intended. Unlike species that evolved over millions of years, adapting slowly to environmental changes, humans were actively engineering their future. This realization brought a chilling thought to the minds of our extraterrestrial observers. What if humans weren't at their peak yet? What if they were still evolving into something far greater? The next stage: unlocking true regeneration. The concept of full regeneration, regrowing lost limbs, repairing organs instantly, even reversing aging, has always been the realm of science fiction. But for humans, it's inching closer to reality. One of the most promising frontiers is induced tissue regeneration. Scientists have already found ways to trigger regeneration in animals that normally lack such abilities. By manipulating certain genes, researchers have induced limb regrowth in mice, something previously thought impossible. If this technology advances, humans could one day develop the same capability, rendering injuries and amputations obsolete. Then there's telomere extension, the key to reversing aging at a cellular level. Telomeres are the protective caps at the ends of our DNA strands, and their degradation is one of the primary causes of aging. Scientists have successfully lengthened telomeres in lab settings, effectively turning back the biological clock of cells. If applied to human physiology, it could lead to extreme longevity, or even biological immortality. Another breakthrough is bioprinted nerve regeneration. Currently, nerve damage is one of the most difficult injuries to recover from, often leading to permanent paralysis. However, experiments with lab-grown nerve tissues have shown promising results, hinting at a future where even spinal cord injuries can be repaired with minimal intervention. If aliens once thought us fragile, how would they react to a species that could regenerate indefinitely, never truly succumbing to time or injury? Would they see us as a threat, a growing force in the universe, destined to outlast even the most advanced civilizations? The evolutionary arms race, if humanity could unlock true regeneration, it wouldn't just be a biological revolution. It would be a paradigm shift in survival itself. This kind of advancement would create a divide between civilizations, those who could regenerate and those who couldn't. For aliens that relied on cybernetics or external repairs to maintain their bodies, this would be terrifying. Biological regeneration means self-sufficiency, no reliance on artificial enhancements, no weakness when technology fails. A species capable of natural, unlimited self-repair would be nearly impossible to eradicate. Even in war, such a species would hold a terrifying advantage. Imagine an army of soldiers who could regenerate wounds in minutes, regrow lost limbs in days, and even resist aging, allowing them to fight for centuries without decline. Would aliens dare go to war with such beings? Or would they fear that humans, once underestimated, could one day become the apex force of the galaxy? 12. Humanity's future. Weak no more. The final realization was inevitable. Humans were not weak, just incomplete. What the aliens had mistaken for fragility was merely an unfinished masterpiece. Human evolution had never been about strength or endurance alone. It had always been about something far more powerful, the ability to change, adapt, and transcend limitations. Now, with science and technology pushing the boundaries of what was once thought impossible, humanity stood on the precipice of something extraordinary. The aliens, once laughing at our vulnerability, were now faced with a sobering truth. We were never the weak ones. We were simply evolving faster than they ever could, and in the end, that made us far more dangerous than they had ever imagined. The alien dilemma: fear or alliance. As the truth sank in, The alien civilizations who once mocked humanity found themselves at a crossroads. Their initial arrogance had blinded them to the terrifying potential hidden within our species. At first glance, humans had seemed weak, flesh and bone susceptible to damage, disease, and decay. But beneath that fragility lay something far more formidable: the power to evolve beyond our limitations at an unprecedented speed. Now the aliens faced an existential question. Should they fear us, or should they align with us before it was too late? For species that had long relied on biological stagnation or technological augmentation, humans represented something dangerous. A civilization with no natural ceiling, capable of rewriting its own biology to adapt to any challenge. If left unchecked, we could soon surpass even the most advanced extraterrestrial races, not because of raw strength, but because of our unique ability to reshape ourselves faster than any species before us. Would these aliens attempt to suppress humanity before we reached our peak? Or would they recognize that the smartest move was not to fight us, but to stand beside us? 4. The role of artificial intelligence in human regeneration. If human biology alone wasn't terrifying enough, the true catalyst for our unstoppable growth was our ability to merge biological advancement with artificial intelligence. Unlike civilizations that might rely on slow, natural evolution, we had already begun accelerating evolution artificially through AI-driven research. One of the most game-changing developments has been AI-assisted genetic engineering, with machine learning analyzing genetic patterns. Scientists are rapidly uncovering ways to activate dormant regenerative abilities in humans. If AI can map out the exact genetic sequences responsible for limb regrowth, rapid healing, and even cellular rejuvenation, we could unlock abilities once thought to be the domain of science fiction. AI is also revolutionizing tissue and organ regeneration. Scientists are using neural networks to design synthetic biomaterials that integrate seamlessly with human tissues, allowing for enhanced healing, longer lifespans, and potentially even adaptive immune responses. If AI can learn to predict and optimize the healing process at an accelerated rate, humans may one day heal faster than any naturally evolved species in the universe. To a hyper-intelligent alien race observing us, this would be a chilling realization. Humans weren't just regenerating naturally, we were using machines to supercharge our evolution, allowing us to bypass millions of years of slow biological change. In essence, we were crafting our own superior version of humanity, one enhancement at a time. The concept of immortality and the alien perspective, perhaps the most unsettling possibility of all, was the idea that humans might one day achieve functional immortality. While no known alien species had achieved complete biological immortality, many had prolonged their lifespans through artificial means: cybernetic implants, cloned bodies, or suspended animation. But humanity's approach was different. Instead of relying on external crutches, we were actively modifying our own biology to extend our lives naturally. Recent breakthroughs in senolytics, drugs that remove aging cells, epigenetic reprogramming, reversing cellular aging, and telomere extension, prolonging the lifespan of DNA, had already shown that human aging could be slowed, and possibly even reversed. If perfected, these advancements could allow humans to live for centuries, or even millennia. The aliens, once laughing at our short lifespans, were now horrified at the idea that we might not have a lifespan at all. How do you fight a species that never truly dies? Would a species that was once seen as fragile eventually outlive every empire, every conqueror, and every so-called advanced civilization in the galaxy? 16. The final realization: humanity's unstoppable rise. At this point, the aliens had stopped laughing. They had mocked our frailty, but they had failed to understand that human weakness was never a limitation. It was a temporary stage of our evolution. Unlike stagnant civilizations that had peaked long ago, humanity was still climbing, still discovering, still rewriting the rules of survival. We were fragile, but adaptable. Weak, but ever improving. Mortal, but possibly not for long. And now the aliens had only two choices: stand with us or be left behind. The tipping point: a new galactic power. The universe had changed, and the alien civilizations knew it. The species they once dismissed as fragile, short-lived, and biologically inferior had transformed before their very eyes. Humanity was no longer just a rising power. It was an unpredictable force, an anomaly in the grand order of the cosmos. Some alien empires saw the inevitable and rushed to forge alliances, hoping to secure a place in this new era. They offered technology, knowledge, and even genetic data in exchange for cooperation. Others, however, saw humanity's rapid ascent as a threat. A species that could adapt and regenerate, a species that could live far beyond its natural lifespan, was a species that could one day dominate. And domination meant the fall of the old powers. This divide among extraterrestrial civilizations marked the beginning of a new chapter in galactic history, the moment when humanity was no longer just a subject of curiosity, but a contender for supremacy. 18. The clash between the old and the news, with any shift in power, not all welcomed the change. Certain alien factions, driven by fear, saw only one solution: contain humanity before it became unstoppable. Rumors spread through the galactic networks, whispers of preemptive strikes, sabotage attempts, and secret plots to slow down human progress. Some civilizations, fearing what humans might become, proposed extreme measures, enforced genetic restrictions, limitations on AI research, or even an outright ban on human expansion beyond the solar system. But if there's one lesson history had proven time and time again, it's this: humanity never bows to limitations. Efforts to suppress us only accelerated our determination. Every obstacle thrown in our way became fuel for innovation. Every attempt to limit our growth was met with breakthroughs that made us even stronger. Whether it was regenerative medicine, AI-driven evolution, or even consciousness transfer into artificial bodies, humanity refused to be controlled. The ultimate test. The war for the future, with tensions at an all-time high. The universe stood on the edge of a monumental conflict. Would humanity's rise lead to an all-out war between the old and the new? Would the most ancient civilizations attempt to erase us before we reached our true potential? Or would they accept the inevitable, that humans were no longer the underdogs of the cosmos? The battle was no longer about brute force, military fleets, or even technological superiority. It was a battle of survival, of adaptation, of the very nature of evolution itself. Humanity had already defied the odds. We had overcome disease, extended lifespans, regenerated wounds, and mastered the art of self-improvement. What would stop us from taking the final step, transcending biological limitations entirely? If war came, it would not be fought in the traditional sense. It would be a war of progress, a race to see which species could evolve faster, which species could break through the barriers of mortality, and which species would emerge as the architects of the next era of existence. The final question: what comes next? Humanity had been mocked. Humanity had been underestimated. But now, standing on the edge of a new frontier, the question was no longer if we would survive. It was what we would become next. Would we remain as we were, improving gradually over time? Or would we push beyond the limits of what any species had ever achieved? Would we merge with AI, abandon flesh entirely, or master the art of conscious evolution? The universe watched in anticipation, some in awe, some in terror. And as humanity looked toward the stars, one thing was certain. We were not the same fragile creatures they had once mocked. We were something else now, something far more dangerous, something unstoppable.